What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Just Joshin. I'm back. It's been a few months, um, but glad to be back. Everybody is cooking prime ribs this time of year. You may not want to spend money on a whole rib roast, so I've got a redneck prime rib for you. And you guessed it, it's going to be a bologna chub. And I've got a new pit to do it on. Weber Smoky Mountain. This is the 18-inch version. They have a 14, 18, and a 22. Picked this up from a buddy at work. I'm glad I did. This right here is hard to beat. Pellet smokers are easy. You know, you set them what you want, temperature, it'll hold it all night. You can go to bed. You can do the same thing with this, and it runs off charcoal. Get your vent set right. Man, it's hard to beat. I've cooked brisket, chicken thighs, turkey, deer, hindquarter. I've been impressed. I'm really happy with it. But let's go ahead and get into how I get it set up. And you may do it different. You may have one, but this is how I do it most of the time. Basically, you're going to take the lid off first, and you can take these grates out separate, or you can hold off. You can take the whole body, the whole tube, which we're fixing to do off. It's got a water pan in here. I do a little cleaning up on these things, and you can take this whole cylinder portion off here. I put a piece of felt between this and the bottom, and it likes to stick sometimes. See, the whole tube comes off. Set it to the side. And this is the charcoal I had left over from my last cook. It wasn't a long cook. It was just that deer hindquarter. So I like to do, shake all the ashes out, the ones that just are pretty much busted up, but didn't fall through. All right. Set it to the side. Now I'm going to go dump this. To light it, there's 3 vents on the bottom. I always open them all up. All right. Let me put my charcoal basket back in here. I always start my fire in the middle and let it burn out toward the holes. And you can add wood chunks in the middle, and then kind of for later on, you can add them close to where all your air intakes are. That way, it kind of gives a clean burn. And I just put mine on top. Some people say you have to put them down below, up under the charcoal, but I mean, it ain't that dirty of a smoke to me. I think it's fine. Some people will argue to death on that, but that's the way I do it. So I'm going to add some more charcoal to this, and we'll go from there. So I have a older, smaller chimney, and that's what I like to put in the center to make and I put my charcoal around it. So this is like an older, small. I don't know if you can still get them. And then the new ones you get, the Weber ones, are like twice the size, as big around. So I'm gonna add some more charcoal around, and if I don't use it, I just cut the vents off, you know. And then put some in that small chimney, and spread some of these around. Like I said, once I pick this chimney up, a bunch of these are gonna fall, which it's fine. I mean, it ain't that big of a deal, because you got to pick it up to put the lighter stuff up under anyway. some little otter cubes down in there. See if I can squeeze this back in. Usually I do this on another grill. That way it's just easy. We'll give time for that to get lit and get the other charcoal started, and I will prep the bologna chub. All right, you can see we have some flames coming out the top of the chimney here. Go ahead and dump that. I have some mesquite. Go ahead and add on the body here. And I'll go ahead and put both grates in. That way I can clean them. I'm going to leave the water pan out. And most of the time I do. Right now all the vents are wide open. And I did use a water pan on the deer hindquarter and the brisket. And if you're going to use a water pan, give yourself a lot of extra time for the temp to come up, unless you add warm water, or the guy I bought from work said he boiled the water and poured it in. But I mean, if you don't want to deal with boiling water, trying to pour it in and this and that, just get your water pan in there early and just give yourself plenty of time, because it will take a while for it to get up to 200 plus with a full water pan in. But I did use it on the brisket and the deer hindquarter, and I didn't have to spritz the brisket all night. And the deer hindquarter, it stayed moist the whole time. And I took the water pan out close to the end because the deer hindquarter stalled just like a beef brisket would. And so I took the water pan out to help push it through the stall, and then I started spritzing then. But just a bologna chub, it ain't gonna matter. So the mesquite chunks probably don't even matter, but here we are. And we'll let this kind of get to burning good and clear up a little bit. And I mean, this right here is fine. I've smoked with this, and it doesn't have a bad bitter taste to it at all. We'll let this come up with all the vents wide open and no water pan. It should get close to 275, probably 300. If you wanted to keep around 225, 250 without a water pan, you could probably start closing down on the bottom vents. But for the bologna chub, we're gonna run it wide open. And I've got it. I cut the cross hatches in it, and I cut a slit around it, maybe close to a 1/4 inch deep, just to get some penetration. Season it with a fire and smoke seasoning that you can get from Walmart, and it is the black and tan. It has black salt and then pepper and garlic. So it looks like you threw it down in the dirt. If you got black dirt around your house, it'd be red if it was around my house. But anyways, and that's what I've done with the bologna chub. But I mainly wanted to focus on setting this up and getting this going on today's video. So, because I really do enjoy it. I added a felt around this lid too. I can still see it seeping around a little bit now, but that's not a big deal. I mean, that's great level. So it's still getting on your meat. I mean, a majority of it's coming out up here. So I'm at 200 right now currently. Like I said, we'll let this sit here for 5-10 minutes, and then we'll put the chub on. All right. See, we've cleared up a little bit here. We're running at 275. That's perfectly fine. I mean, it don't matter at this point. This is what I'm talking about. It's the Fire and Smoke Society. Hopefully you can see that good. Fire and Smoke Society, black and tan. You can see it's black salt, pepper, garlic. We're going to go ahead and take the lid off here, so temperature will rise. I'm going to scrub that grate. All right, do a little touch up on the chub here. I did not use a binder, so I mean it stuck good enough for me. And there it is. Like I said, the fire probably got a pretty good bit of oxygen there, the lid being off that long, but that's okay. It'll level back out, and we're just gonna take this chub till it looks the way I want it to look, and then we'll see if we can get any mesquite wood taste to it. Like I said, I mainly wanted to focus on this and how it does. Super simple, super simple. I'm telling you. And also the chicken thighs I done without a water pan, and I left everything wide open, and I put them on the top grate and let all them juices drip down from the chicken on the coals. Woo! Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna let this cook on through, and we'll be back. All right. With no water pan, all the vents wide open, it is at, I'd say, 315, 325. So that's about how hot it runs. This is what we got. You can see it separated a little bit. It's kind of sticking to the grate a little bit there. But let me bring you in here. See some of it kind of come off there. But you see how it's opened up. Got some good smoke penetration. I'm going to call it. Like I said, it's bologna. I think it looks pretty good. Now you can see kind of down in there. You can see it's burning. The hottest part of the coals I see are straight in line with the air vents. So now I'm going to go ahead and close off all my air vents, and they will be hot. But I've got the cotton up under. I'm going to pull this off, let it cool off a little bit, and I am going to scrape that while it's hot. Get this lid on here, close down this vent, and we'll choke that puppy out, save some coals. And there is a million different accessories you can add to this. There's forums online, there's pages on Facebook, groups on Facebook, whatever you can think of for the Weber Smoky Mountain. Go check them out. Do a lot of research before you get one, but I'm telling you, you'll be happy. And let this bologna cool off, and we'll try. I'm going to actually cut it in half here. I think it looks a little dark on camera. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut me off a few slices here. I'm going to lay them on that middle grate and kind of crisp them up a little bit. Not too thick, a little thinner slices here. I have a piece here that has not been grilled. I've got some other slices in there now on the bottom rack, closer to the fire. I'm going to flip them, but I'm going to try this one first. I mean, it's a bologna chub. It's good. I like that seasoning. I've had it on steak, and it makes a good crust. Even on bologna chub, still got a bark with the Weber Smoky Mountain. I do taste some of the mesquite wood on there. Um, Obviously, you won't get much flavor on the inside of it. That's why I want to char some of these up all the way around. But it's got a good bark and a good flavor. All right, let's get these flipped over here. Even got you some grill marks on there. I'm gonna throw a few more on there. Let a lot of oxygen get in there. And You can take this body off, and that top grate will fit directly over the coals. And you got a short Weber kettle, and they call that Death Star mode because it looks kind of like the Death Star, which is kind of cool if you're into that kind of stuff. But and it's very portable. Throw the stuff in the back of your truck, in the back of your SUV. Go tailgate with it. A lot of people use these in competitions along with drums. And there's something about a drum style smoker, I think, that just it sets it out from the rest. Being directly over the coals. Like I said, that chicken turned out great. All right, let's get these pulled off. Now I'm going to shut down the vents and get this fire choked out and save some coals for the next time here. Got a good char on that one, baby. Seriously. Now we got some with a good char on there. Still very warm. We'll do our best here. That's some good fried bologna. That just adds that extra touch on already good bologna. Crust, smoke, and a bologna chub. This is your redneck prime rib. Hey, but thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go make me a bologna sandwich now. If you can get a hand, look on Marketplace. Go buy one brand new. If you can get a hand on one of these, I'd get one. I can't say much for the 14. The 18, I done a 11-pound turkey spatchcock, and it fit perfect. And 22, I'm sure it'll be the same size as the kettle. We have plenty of room. I've done ribs. They fit fine. 2 racks at a time. And of course, they have those ones where you can stack them sideways, but I haven't tried that yet. But once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you would like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.